Yo, imagine it's 1196. London's basically one giant open sewer with a cathedral on top. The rich are flexing their fur-lined robes, the poor are eating shoe leather, and King Richard the Lionheart is off getting kidnapped in Austria, demanding a ransom so massive it'd make Elon Musk blink. Enter one dude with a beard that could hide a small army, standing on a barrel at St. Paul's, yelling that the 1% are screwing everyone on taxes. You think modern politicians dodge the IRS? These medieval aldermen were out here inventing creative accounting before Excel was even a fever dream. And this guy? He almost started the first real class war in English history, until the government decided sanctuary meant, let's light the church on fire and roast him like a medieval spa day gone wrong. Let me tell you this right now. William Longbeard didn't just die. He got executed so hard they had to invent new ways to describe it. Stick around because this story's got arson, betrayal, a cult that collected dirt like it was limited drop supreme, and enough bathroom-level gross-out to make you question every history class you ever slept through. So who the hell was this walking meme? William Fitzosbert, or as the chroniclers lovingly called him, William cum Barba, Latin for with the epic beard. Dude came back from the Third Crusade, shoulder to shoulder with Richard himself. You'd think he'd cash in that I fought for the Holy Land card and get a cushy government gig. Nah. Instead, he looks around London, sees the rich taxing the poor into the Stone Age to pay for the king's hostage fee, and goes full, I am the savior of the poor. Picture this, The city's new aid tax hits. Rich merchants hide their gold in wine barrels and fake poverty. Poor tradesmen? Getting squeezed like a frat boy's last beer? William's out there in the streets, beard flowing like a 12th century Gandalf on bath salts, screaming Bible quotes at the top of his lungs. I will divide the waters from the waters. The people are the waters. I will separate the humble from the haughty. Bro literally said he was the new messiah for the broke. You ever tried paying rent while your landlord claims he's asset rich but cash poor? Same vibes. Except these guys had swords and zero HR department. And it worked. 52,000 Londoners. Yeah, that's bigger than the actual city population, but chroniclers were dramatic. Swore oaths to him. They stashed iron bars in basements ready to storm rich houses. William's rolling around with a mob bodyguard giving fiery speeches that made the mayor wet his chainmail. The elites are sweating harder than a politician caught in a scandal. This guy's a demagogue, they cry. Translation. He's making us pay taxes like everyone else and we hate it. Hubert Walter, Archbishop of Canterbury, Justiciar, basically medieval J. Edgar Hoover with a crozier, decides enough is enough. They try to arrest William quietly. Big mistake. Fight breaks out, William kills one of the goons. Chaos. He and a few ride-or-die homies bolt into St. Mary Le Beau Church in Cheapside claiming sanctuary. Now, in medieval times, sanctuary was sacred. You run into a church, you're untouchable. Like diplomatic immunity, but with stained glass. Hubert looks at that rule and says, hold my crozier. He surrounds the place with soldiers and sets the steeple on fire. Smoke pouring out, flames licking the rafters, William coughing inside like it's the world's worst vape accident. Wait till you hear this. They literally turned God's house into a barbecue pit to drag him out. Human rights violation level, expert. William staggers out half-cooked, and get this. The son of the guy he killed earlier is waiting with a knife. Stabs him right in the belly. Psychological warfare with the side of revenge porn. They chain him up, drag him through the streets behind a horse. Chroniclers say his flesh was demolished and spread all over the pavement. Bro's basically leaving a human smoothie trail from Cheapside to Smithfield. Imagine the smell. Imagine the flies. This wasn't an execution. It was performance art for the 1%. April 6th, 1196. They haul what's left of him to the Elms at Tyburn. Yeah, this might have been the very first Tyburn hanging, the spot that later became London's favorite death tourist trap. 9 of his boys go with him. They hang him in chains so the crows can use him as a piñata. One chronicler writes he was fettered with a chain and left there like a warning sign that said, "Don't mess with taxes, kids." But here's the twist they tried to bury. William Longbeard didn't stay dead in the public imagination. The poor turned him into an instant folk saint. Miracle cult, baby. Yes, people snuck to the execution spot at night, scraped up the dirt soaked with his blood like it was holy Gatorade. One priest relative took the chain he was dragged with, and laid it on a fever guy. Boom. Cured. The gibbet itself got stolen under cover of darkness. The rich had to post armed guards to stop the crowds turning Smithfield into the world's first medieval Coachella for rebels. Think about that. While the Crusades were happening overseas, this beard god was running a holy war at home against unfair taxes. Compare that to France a couple centuries later, peasants with pitchforks storming the Bastille. Or hell, even the American Revolution. No taxation without representation. William was out here doing it in 1196 with nothing but charisma and a fireproof ego. The elites wrote him off as a dangerous loudmouth. The people? They took his story to the grave, and then dug it back up for miracles. It turns out burning a guy alive in church doesn't kill the idea. It just makes him a martyr with better branding. Centuries later, Charles Dickens himself called him a spirited champion of the poor, silenced only because death was long a favorite remedy for silencing the people's advocates. So, next time you're complaining about your 1099 form, remember William Longbeard, crusader, revolutionary, human road rash, and accidental saint. All because he grew a beard long enough to hide his receipts and told the truth about who really pays the bill. What do you think? Was Longbeard the original Occupy London hero, or just a bearded edgelord who bit off more than he could chew? Drop your hottest take in the comments. If this story made you laugh, rage, or question every tax you've ever paid, smash that like button, subscribe for more unhinged medieval chaos, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Next time, we're diving into 1381, when the peasants actually showed up with pitchforks and made the king sweat. You're not ready. Peace, Beard Gang. See you in the comments.